I was one of the big booty bitches Bryce was talking about. I came up here and they're like, oh right, you need to be prepared to layer your clothes. And I'm like, the only thing I know how to layer is cake. Absolutely not. Coming up here just made me realize that I chose the worst season to be with a skinny man. I have been rubbing his bones like sticks just trying to start a fire. I'm really planning on just getting in a poly situation just to keep warm. Now, my man is actually a very petite man, so that just means I can throw him over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes. So every time we go into Walmart, I'm scared he's gonna get kidnapped. And I'm like, sweetheart, please hold on to the grocery cart, or I'm gonna leave you in the car like a responsible parent should. Now, I've been engaged for about 2 years now. It's been great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Which really barters, like, when are you guys gonna get married already? When is the date? And I said, it's probably gonna be the same one that ends up on my mother's headstone. She keeps saying over my dead body. I sure hope so. Now, I am a crafty lady. I actually turned my bra into a purse. Yes. Which means I have lost my phone, my wallet, and my man in there. So I started calling it the Bermuda Triangle. Real marketing. Now, he is also a musician, so we've been together so long that people are like, all right, you guys need to spice it up already. And I was like, all right, I'll try some music in the bedroom. And for some reason, the live band was distracting him. We all need an audience. I just love being with a musician because as a comedian, my worst fear is that our kids are gonna end up being rodeo clowns. Not ready for it. Just recently, I got fired. Right? My boss tried to play the card that I was acting like a racist and a bigot, and I said, how else am I supposed to run for president? Oh man, but I hate the job interviews. I'm tired of going in there and saying, oh, we're just like a family here. Have you met my family? I'm here to avoid them, not make a new one. God, no. I am loving my new job, though. It's full-time, it has benefits, and I get to work with aliens all day long. And I'm not even talking about Home Depot. I am a little terrified to go into Home Depot, though. People started coming up to me acting like I know what I'm doing there just because I look like a lesbian. And I'm like, listen, I don't even know how to operate a hammer. I'm used to getting nailed. A little bit about me. I was born with a deformity. I am born with what is known as polysyndactyl toes, which means I have an extra toe, and 3 of them are completely webbed together. Which means I'm not even afraid of diabetes anymore. I always have a spare. I think I am, thank you, I appreciate that. Got it on tape. I'm glad that I'm funny, but I'm actually probably a terrible person because I love the handicap stalls. But there is not a moment I don't need to be supported and railed. Yes. Thank you. Speaking of getting railed, you know, my favorite thing ever. But I grew up really poor. Like, my mom tried hard, but she could have tried harder in the kitchen, especially for a place where women belong. I hated that she would... Thank you. Dad, is that you? Didn't you just hate that she always said, oh, it's made with love, sweetie? Mom, love is not enough. And if it was, you would have given it to me as a child. Oh, sad, sad. Gonna dim it down a little bit more. My grandma passed away last year, and I'm a bit of a black sheep, so I wasn't invited to the funeral, but I realized that she actually died from dementia, so I think she just forgot to put me on the list. I did, in that moment, I was like, man, I wonder how I would love to get buried. I want to be buried naked. Hell yeah, naked and afraid. Who's gonna open the casket? Oh. I just loved finding out that when you get buried with a spouse, you don't get buried next to each other. You get buried on top of each other. And I was like, babe, you're gonna have to die after me because God knows I wasn't good on top. I'm a comfortable gal, you know, and one of my girlfriends was like, oh yeah, you should try dressing like a goth baddie. And I was like, have you seen what goths have to wear? The spiked heels, the dark makeup, the tight corsets. And if I'm gonna look dead inside, I at least want to be comfortable. Not about it. Well, I'm standing up again, you know. I haven't always been a stand-up comedian because last year I actually broke my ankle. And when you break a leg, I had to realize that you have to be really specific with Jesus, because when I went to him and said, God, just give me a break. He really does work in mysterious ways. You know who else loves to work in mysterious ways? Nurses. I hate those guys. I am so tired of people that tell me to wait, and then they'll tell me my weight. And then while you're up on the scale, oh, you need to cut back on those carbs. You need to let go of those donuts. Well, you're going to be driving on a donut because I slashed your tire in the parking lot, bitch. I hated that they also motivated me and said, you should try the 12-step program. I can't even make it up 12 stairs, let alone successfully make it down. And they said, oh, don't worry, cows also have that difficulty. Yeah, it's not the first time. I am a little bit of a girly girl, you know, I love to get pampered, but every time I go to get my nails done, they always are like, oh, your nails are damaged. I'm damaged. Why wouldn't my nails be? I feel pretty successful this year, you know? I broke up with the most toxic relationship I have ever been in. Woo! My gym membership. Yeah. I knew we were never gonna work out. I think my dad would be a little bit disappointed, not because I'm funny, but because I don't care about my car like he does. He just recently called me and asked, did you check your oil? And I was like, Dad, all of the dash lights are on in the car. But they remind me of red flags, so I've learned how to ignore them. Listen, I took care of my car before I even took care of myself. My car got a BBL before I did. She got her brakes, her bumper, and lights. Yeah. And it cost me an arm and a leg. Cost to drive, you know? I think I'm so irritated lately because I have been on birth control for so long that somehow I have gained all of the baby weight without the baby. And for some reason, the weight has been harder to abort. Woo! I hope you all have a killer night, because I've been Killer.Keeley. Yeah!